Hey everyone, it's Mike Marshandy. I'm here with another excellent vendor demonstration. I sat down last week with Nancy King of Last Stitch Quilts, talking about her quilter's dream batting. We're going to get into that interview in just a moment, but we're going to cut over to a quick commercial break. Hey everyone, thanks again for joining us this morning. We're really happy to kick off all of our vendor demonstrations for the Spring Quilt Festival online. Like I said, last week I sat down with Nancy King of Last Stitch Quilts, talking about her quilter's dream batting, some of the things that she's been up to this past year, and all the savings she wants to pass along to you for all of your batting needs. I had no idea that there are so many varieties of batting out there, and each one has its own different function and type of things that you'll be using it for. I guess it makes sense when you think about what the quilt is being used for. So it was definitely educational for me. I hope it's very educational for you. So without further ado, we're going to cut over to my interview with Nancy King of Last Stitch Quilts. Hey everyone, it's Mike Marshandy. I'm here with another excellent vendor demonstration. I'm joined today by Nancy King of Last Stitch Quilts slash Quilter's Dream Batting. How are you today, Nancy?
I'm great. How are you, Michael?
Very good. Happy to have you as part of our show. I know this is your first online quilt festival that you're doing with us, but
Yes.
I know you've done shows with us in the past.
Yes, and it's always been a good time. I miss it.
Well, we miss it too. Well, we're happy to have you here today. Can you tell us a little bit about the products that you're offering for this show?
Sure. I started doing long arm work many years ago, and I opened a wholesale account with Quilter's Dream.
Mm-hmm.
My sister owns Needle Down Fabric, and she said, Nancy, why don't you offer Quilter's Dream on Etsy? Said, that's a great idea. So I did. And it's been very successful. My first show with Mancuso was the Pennsylvania National Quilt Extravaganza. The only thing I had was batting.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought I need to bring in some other things. So I brought in decals and patterns and templates, but still my number one seller is Quilter's Dream batting.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's great. Yeah, and of course you can find all these products by clicking the link above and checking out the Last Stitch Quilts splash page over at the vendor mall. So what did you, what did you do this past year? How did you kind of change up your practice?
You mean you're talking about the COVID situation?
Yes, that one in particular.
Yeah, I really had to stay on top of it because my Etsy shop just went crazy. I was taking 30 packages to the post office every day. It just was, It was phenomenal. And now things have gotten normal again and back to the normal routine. But I do my long arming is my number one income. So that didn't change. But the only thing that really changed for me last year was the Etsy shop.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, it's a great way of putting your product out there.
Mm-hmm.
And, you can, like I said, you can find that product on the vendor mall. So do you have some products to show the people at home?
I sure do. Yes. Why don't we start with batting?
Sounds like a good plan.
Okay. Since that's my best seller. And this is amazing. The Quilter's Dream Bamboo. It's soft. It's supple. It drapes beautifully. And that's available. These are all available in my Etsy shop. Here's the Quilter's Dream 80/20. It has a very nice soft feel and it drapes nicely too. And here's something that's a little unusual. This is the Dream Cotton. It's made out of 100% recycled bottles.
Wow.
And if they use green bottles, it makes green batting. If they use white bottles, it makes white batting. But it's and I have not used it yet, but I've been told that it drapes just as nicely as cotton.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. All right, here's two of the 100% cottons. There's the Select Loft, and there's the Request Loft. The Request is great for clothing and quilting on your domestic machine because it's relatively thin, so you can roll it up pretty well. I don't like the Request on the long arm. And there's the Select, and that's what I use most of the time on the long arm, or whatever the customer wants. Here's Quilter's Dream black batting. Now this is a polyester. You can't get black batting in cotton. And here's a fusible. It's fusible on one side. So the customer can buy this, fuse it to her back, and then run it through her domestic machine and doesn't have to worry about what's happening on the back because it's nice and fused. It's pretty, and you can reposition it also. Here's polyester. I love this for baby quilts or sometimes charity quilts. The only charity quilt that I always use cotton is Quilts of Valor, and I always use cotton for those. They deserve it.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
And of course, here's wool. And wool is awesome. It gives you great definition when you're long arming, and it keeps you warm in the winter and cool in the summer. This is what I use for my personal quilts. And here's a 70-30 blend, and it's nice for wall hangings, some clothing. It's a little stiffer, so it gives you some stability. And this is batting tape. And sometimes on my personal quilts, if I have bits and pieces of batting left over, I'll use batting tape and I'll put those pieces together just to save a little money. If a customer wants me to use this, I will, but it's not something that I normally would do.
Yeah, for personal use only, right?
Yeah, personal, yeah. When I have time to do personal quilts. That's my batting lineup, and those are all available on my Etsy shop in a variety of sizes. And I also I can get rolls of batting that ship directly from the distribution center, and they ship for free.
Oh, okay, very nice.
Yeah, and let's say, and that gets a 10% discount. If they want to get 2 rolls of batting, they get a 15% discount. So they could get together with a girlfriend and say, hey, let's each order a roll of batting and get a 15% discount. So, wow. Yeah. Or they can get a full case of, say they want a full case of throw size. They would get a 10% discount on that and free shipping.
And they can do that directly through you?
Yes, yeah.
Oh, great. Well, obviously, we want people to, take advantage of the excellent vendors who are participating in this show. On your splash page, there will be contact information available for anyone to reach out to you directly for our large orders. So I understand that quilters can have like a little bit of a special savings with your order.
Yes. If they use anything they order from my Etsy shop, if they use SQOF for their coupon code, it'll get a 10% discount.
Oh, very nice. Very nice.
Okay.
Well, thank you for offering that promo code during the show. I understand that you have an Omni grid available as well.
Yes. I have 2 different sizes. Here's the 8-inch size. So if you're on retreat somewhere and you have a limited space, you can use this to trim up your say you're doing half square triangles. You could use this to trim it up. And the little scallop, you just put your finger in that little scallop and it just spins right around. It's great. And it has a rubbery backing on it so it doesn't slide around. And then I also have the 14-inch, and it's the same thing. And this gets a 20% discount on today. This gets a 20% discount today.
Oh, that's right, because you're offering on a flash sale.
Yes.
Very nice. Very nice. Well, Nancy, those look like some excellent products. We're so happy for you to be joining us today. Words of wisdom to pass along to the folks at home. We know you're very busy, so we want you to get back to filling your order.
Yeah. I got a quilt on the machine now. One of the things that people might want to know is the cost on cotton has gone up. So Quilter's Dream has had to raise their prices on anything that has cotton in it. And that happens on May 1st. So if they want to get some batting, this is the time to do it.
I guess they better put orders in right now.
Yes. And it takes, for the rolls of batting, it takes anywhere from 6 to 10 weeks, with the exception of the wool. And the wool ships in about a week. And the puff ships in about a week. But everything else is 6 to 10 weeks. That's how far behind they are.
Wow.
So that's something that they need to consider.
Absolutely. Well, thank you for the words of wisdom and the insight into the market. We're so happy to hear that you managed to supply folks at home with your products during this past year.
Yes.
And that you're trying to get them the best savings as humanly possible at this time.
I look for savings. And if I can offer that product at a good savings and still make a little bit of money, that's what I want to do. I
Oh,
want to
well,
help people.
that's great. Well, thank you, Nancy. And again, thank you again for joining our show, and thank you for all that you're doing for the quilting community. We're right there with you and getting people the things that they need during this time. Nancy, again, thank you so much for joining us.
Oh, thank you for having me.
Oh, anytime, anytime.
Okay.
You can check out all of Nancy's products, the Last Stitch Quilts and Quilter Dream Batting, by clicking the link above, checking out her splash page, and be sure to check out all the rest of our vendors at the Merchants Mall. Nancy, thanks again for joining us, and we look forward to seeing you again soon.
Thank you, Michael. In person next time, huh?
Sounds like a plan.
Yeah.
All right, take care now.
Bye-bye.
Special thanks to Nancy King of Last Stitch Quilts for that excellent interview. You can check out all of her products by clicking the link above and checking out all the rest of the vendor splash pages while you're there. We really appreciate Nancy participating in this show. Be sure to stick around. Coming up at 12:30, Diana has an interview with Julia Sarah Desjardins, and she'll be joining us around 12:30, so stick around for that. I will see you guys later today with more excellent vendor demonstrations. We'll see you then.